you would want to reward some staff, all right? You want to motivate them and you want to reward them. I think we'll talk about rewarding as another program, whether it's intrinsic rewards or extrinsic rewards, financial rewards or non-financial rewards. So when you want to reward employees, you look at their performance. So if you, for example, you want to reward them through increments, for example, you can say, okay, we're going to increase, we're going to give salary increments maybe 50% across the board. We don't have to do that, but we reward according to performance. So those that have done well, you can give them more. Those that have not done well, you give them less. Others, you not even give them increment. Why should you give them a motivation to somebody, maybe a reward to somebody when they are absconding, you know, they don't come to work, they are lazy, their productivity is so low. You can't do that. So training is coming in because of those two areas. And you will also see that when you've just done the recruitment and selection and somebody has come to work, the first days you do what we call induction. The induction is an orientation to the new employee so that he is oriented about his job, his office, his colleagues, and even other departments that are actually there, so that in corridor, general manager, if you don't orient it and take them to general manager, whatever, you just treat somebody as anybody, yet he's a senior man within the organization. So orientation, and there you find that the training in the Ngwira, all right, physical now, hands-on. So kind of like on the job training. So training Ngwira. That's why we say that in human resource, you recruit people with weaknesses. Yeah, so the same people you say they are qualified, you know, all those things, but you see them, you're sending them to training again. After 3 months, I have only been in India for 3 months. Yet you said he's qualified, you know. So we employ people with weaknesses. So sometimes we send them to seminars. After 6 months, man is a workshop or seminar or conference. All right. So we recruit people with weaknesses. Why do we do that? We want to increase their, sharpen their skills so that they work better. You know, all those things. And remember that when we talk about performance, we're talking about 3 levels. We are with performance of individuals, performance of people in teams, but also the whole corporate-wide performance. So this is why now, because the issue of performance will be attached with issues of training, all right? Because when you train people, you'll find that the performance is going to improve. All right. So training is very, very important. Now, looking at the issue of development, I say normally training, if you look at differences, the training normally you are targeting the junior members of staff. The word junior can actually vary. All right. Somebody could be an assistant manager, for example. He's a junior to the manager. All right. Yeah. If you have corporate management team, CMT, for example, and then we have middle managers. Middle manager could be junior to the CMT. So the word junior actually varies. People should not be thinking that Habasi one big. No. Yeah. So when you are training the junior members of staff, I mean, when you are taking for knowledge, for skills to improve, this is what we call training. But the development, basically, I said you are looking at trying to groom or to develop, you know, some employees or some staff members for future responsibilities. Sometimes it's an issue of succession planning, or you are going to retire, all right, who is going to take over. Then the development will come in, not the training.
Not training.
Not the training. You're going to develop that person, so you groom him, all right? As you are grooming him, maybe his issues is he will be a signatory, so you introduce him to the banks, you introduce to other companies. You are actually grooming him to say he's going to take over from this person at a later date. So you are it could be maybe in a department, for example, you are saying, I think in the future we don't have to have this type of manager. Let's just groom this one to take over. He's a supervisor, but he can be a manager. So sometimes when somebody has resigned, you say, we will not actually replace. Let's just promote, okay, as a strategy. So let's promote him to be there. So you can be grooming that person to be in charge of a certain section or actually a department that is actually development. So, but all these things I said in terms of the nature, you really need to look at identification of needs. These are training needs. Before sending people for training, you identify training needs. Which areas they require training in our organization? Because the other areas, they are okay. Okay, maybe for example, there is a corporate decline in terms of sales. So you say, maybe we have challenges in terms of our marketing team. It needs training. Or maybe our problem is production. All right, the quality is not okay. Let's actually train our people in terms of what? Production. So you can send people to other workshops, seminars, or sending them to other overseas in other countries, maybe for 2 months or a short course of 1 month, so that they can improve the areas of what? Production. All right. So you need to identify which areas require training. Yeah. Then it means you'll be thinking of the people inside that area now. So identification of training needs is very, very important. But also looking at who should go for training.
Who should go for training?
Yeah. Because if you don't look at that, people are going to mama to Samango to Miss Okauka. Or you find that it's the boss that is always going.
Always going.
For Yajani, Malawansi, Sholoma, Oshi, Shekero, Intellectual.
I like that.
You see that with Intellectual. So, yeah, so they're looking at that. Yeah, so that should not be the case. So, identification of training needs and also who should go for training. There are also others that when they go for training, they are introverts. They will not share
with others.
With others. So we don't have to take those type of people for training because we want the institution to grow.
Right. We're going to take a short break right here on PLFM, but also on Great Dominion TV, GDTV. This is the Business Coach with yours truly, Herbert Cheringa, and I am with the Business Coach himself. He is Professor Kingstone Ngwira. We'll be right back. Back to the Business Coach on GDTV, but also on PLFM Radio. My name is Herbert Cheringa, and I'm with Professor Kingstone Ngwira.